And as this sense of inner belonging deepens, you will notice how your reactions to the world soften without losing their strength, because true strength is not loud or defensive but steady and clear, and this steadiness will allow you to remain centered even when circumstances shift unexpectedly, and instead of feeling shaken you will adapt with grace, trusting your ability to respond wisely, and this trust will replace anxiety with confidence, helping you approach each day with openness rather than tension, and you will find yourself more present in conversations, truly listening rather than preparing to defend or explain, and this presence will deepen your connections, allowing others to feel seen and understood, and in return you will feel less alone, because genuine connection dissolves isolation, and as your relationships grow healthier you will recognize how boundaries protect love rather than limit it, and you will set those boundaries calmly without guilt, knowing they preserve your peace and honor your values, and this clarity will prevent resentment from taking root, keeping your heart open and free, and you will also notice a growing patience with the process of life, understanding that growth cannot be rushed without losing depth, and this patience will ease the pressure you once placed on yourself to have everything figured out, allowing you to move forward one step at a time with confidence, and each step will reinforce your trust in yourself, reminding you that you are capable of navigating uncertainty, and as this trust strengthens you will begin to take thoughtful risks, not reckless ones but courageous choices aligned with your truth, and these choices will expand your world, introducing you to experiences that stretch your understanding and refine your purpose, and through these experiences you will gain wisdom that cannot be taught but only lived, and this wisdom will guide your future decisions, helping you discern what truly matters. And you will let go of comparisons, recognizing that your journey is unique and does not need to mirror anyone else's, and this freedom will lift a heavy burden from your spirit, allowing you to celebrate progress without measuring it against another's path, and as you honor your own pace you will feel more content, because contentment grows when you stop resisting where you are, and this contentment will not dull your ambition but purify it, aligning your goals with meaning rather than approval, and as your intentions become clearer your efforts will feel lighter, and you will experience a sense of flow where work, rest, and purpose balance naturally, and this balance will nourish your spirit, keeping you grounded even as you reach for new horizons, and you will realize that fulfillment is not something you chase but something you allow to unfold through alignment. And with this understanding you will continue forward with calm determination, open awareness, and a steady heart, trusting the path beneath your feet as it carries you toward what is next. And as you continue walking with this calm determination you will begin to notice how your inner dialogue becomes more supportive and wise, no longer questioning your worth at every turn but reminding you of your growth, and this shift in how you speak to yourself will change how you experience the world, because the voice within you shapes the meaning of everything outside you, and as that voice becomes steady and encouraging you will feel safer taking steps forward, even when outcomes are uncertain, and uncertainty will no longer feel like danger but like possibility, and this perspective will open your mind to new ways of thinking, allowing creativity and insight to flow more freely, and you will find solutions appearing where confusion once lived, not because problems disappear but because your understanding expands, and with this expanded understanding you will approach challenges with patience, knowing that every difficulty carries information meant to strengthen you, and this patience will keep you grounded when results take time, preventing discouragement from taking hold, and you will notice that perseverance now feels natural rather than forced, because it is fueled by purpose instead of fear, and this purpose will quietly guide your choices, helping you invest your energy where it truly matters, and as you do this your life will feel less scattered and more intentional, and intention brings clarity, and clarity brings peace, and peace allows joy to surface in places you once overlooked, and you will begin to appreciate simple moments without rushing past them, understanding that meaning often lives in what is ordinary, and this appreciation will deepen your gratitude, and gratitude will anchor you during uncertain times, reminding you of how far you have come and how much has already been provided, and as your awareness grows you will also become more compassionate toward others, recognizing that everyone is walking a path shaped by unseen struggles, and this compassion will not weaken you but strengthen your character, allowing you to respond with empathy without losing discernment, and this balance will help you navigate relationships with wisdom, knowing when to give, when to step back, and when to simply observe, and through this wisdom you will protect your peace while remaining open-hearted, and this openness will invite authentic experiences that enrich your life, and you will feel a deeper sense of purpose emerging, not as a single destination but as a way of being, and this way of being will guide you steadily forward, confirming that the path you are on is not only right for you but perfectly aligned with who you are becoming. And as you settle more deeply into this way of living, you will begin to notice how your thoughts grow gentler toward yourself, no longer harsh or demanding but understanding and steady, and this kindness you show yourself will heal places you did not realize were still tender, and with that healing your confidence will no longer rise and fall with circumstances, because it will be rooted in acceptance. And acceptance will free you from the constant need to control outcomes, allowing life to meet you halfway, and when it does you will respond with wisdom instead of fear, and this wisdom will guide your words, your actions, and your silence, helping you speak when truth is needed and remain quiet when peace matters more, and this discernment will protect your spirit, and as your inner world grows calmer your intuition will sharpen, making it easier to sense what aligns with your purpose and what distracts from it, and distractions that once pulled you off course will lose their appeal, because you will value your clarity too much to trade it for temporary comfort, and this choice will strengthen your resolve, making your path feel lighter even when responsibilities increase, and you will notice that your energy now flows toward what truly matters, relationships that nourish you, work that reflects your values, and moments that restore your joy, and through this focus you will experience a deeper sense of fulfillment, not because everything is perfect but because everything feels honest, and honesty brings peace, and peace creates space for growth, and growth will continue to unfold in layers, each one revealing a deeper understanding of who you are becoming, and you will begin to trust this unfolding, no longer rushing to define yourself but allowing yourself to evolve, and this patience will be a gift, because it will keep you open to learning, and learning will refine your character, strengthening humility alongside confidence, and this balance will make you resilient, able to face uncertainty without losing yourself. And as challenges arise you will meet them with curiosity instead of resistance, asking what they are teaching rather than why they are happening, and this shift will transform obstacles into stepping stones, and each step will build upon the last, carrying you forward with steady progress, and you will realize that you are no longer repeating old cycles, because awareness has broken them. And awareness once gained cannot be lost, and this awareness will guide you even in moments of doubt, reminding you of the growth you have already achieved, and this reminder will anchor you, keeping you grounded when emotions rise, and from this grounded place you will act with intention, choosing responses that reflect your values rather than your fears, and this alignment will continue to shape your future, opening paths that match your true self. And as you walk these paths you will feel a quiet sense of belonging, not because you fit into every space but because you finally fit within yourself, and this inner belonging will be the foundation upon which everything else is built, supporting you as you move forward with clarity, purpose, and calm assurance, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be and becoming exactly who you were meant to become. And as you move forward in this steady alignment you will begin to sense a deeper trust forming within you, a trust that does not depend on signs or constant reassurance but rests quietly in knowing, and this knowing will guide you when choices appear unclear, helping you feel which direction brings peace and which one carries strain, and over time you will realize that peace has become your measure, not fear, not urgency, not pressure, and this alone will change the way you live, because you will stop forcing outcomes and start allowing what fits to arrive naturally, and what arrives naturally will stay, and what must leave will do so without tearing you apart, and this is how maturity of spirit reveals itself, not in loud confidence but in calm discernment, and you will notice that you conserve your energy now, no longer spending it on worry, regret, or explaining yourself to those who cannot meet you where you are, and this conserved energy will strengthen your focus, allowing you to build instead of recover, to create instead of repair, and this shift will feel subtle yet powerful, because your life will begin to move forward without the resistance you once faced, and even when resistance appears you will not internalize it, understanding that not everything is meant to agree with your growth, and this understanding will free you from self-doubt, and as self-doubt fades clarity expands, and clarity brings courage, and courage allows you to step into opportunities you once felt unworthy of, and you will recognize that worthiness was never something to earn but something to remember, and remembering it will restore your confidence, and this confidence will not be loud or proud but grounded and steady, and people will feel safe in your presence because you no longer seek validation from them, and this safety will draw sincere connections while discouraging shallow ones, and your circle may become smaller but deeper, and this depth will nourish you more than quantity ever could. And through these relationships you will experience mutual respect instead of imbalance, support instead of expectation, and honesty instead of obligation, and this will further confirm that your growth is real, and as your inner world stabilizes your outer world will respond, opportunities will align with your values, work will feel more purposeful, and effort will feel meaningful rather than draining. And even rest will become restorative rather than guilty, because you will finally understand that rest is not avoidance but preparation, and this understanding will allow you to listen to your body and mind with compassion, honoring your limits without shame, and this self-respect will ripple outward, teaching others how to treat you through your example, and as days turn into weeks you will look back and realize how far you have come, not in dramatic milestones but in quiet victories, in moments where you chose peace, spoke truth, or walked away with dignity, and these moments will build upon each other, forming a life that feels honest and aligned, and from this place gratitude will arise naturally, not forced but felt, because you will see how even difficult seasons carried lessons that strengthened you, and this gratitude will soften your heart, keeping you open even as you remain wise, and openness paired with wisdom creates balance, allowing you to love without losing yourself and to give without emptying your spirit, and this balance will become one of your greatest strengths, guiding you through future seasons with grace, and as you continue walking this path you will sense that you are no longer chasing meaning but living it, and this realization will bring a deep satisfaction that does not depend on circumstances, and you will understand that fulfillment is not found in reaching a final destination but in walking fully present along the way. And presence will allow you to notice beauty where you once saw only burden, possibility where you once saw limits, and hope where you once expected disappointment, and this shift in perception will quietly transform your life from the inside out, and you will move forward not as someone searching for direction but as someone becoming it. Add more. And as this journey continues to unfold you will start to recognize how deeply your inner world shapes everything around you, because what you now carry within begins to influence your surroundings without effort, and peace quietly organizes your thoughts, patience steadies your reactions, and trust softens your expectations, and this inner stability becomes a compass that guides you even when choices feel complex, and you will notice that you no longer feel rushed to prove anything, because your value no longer depends on outcome or recognition, and this freedom will allow you to act with sincerity instead of pressure, and sincerity always opens the right doors at the right time, and even when progress feels slow you will not doubt it, because you will sense movement beneath the surface, like roots growing strong before the branches appear, and this unseen growth is what ensures that what comes next will last, and you will begin to understand that speed was never the goal but depth, and depth is what sustains joy. And joy will start to appear in simple moments, in quiet mornings, in honest conversations, in small victories that once went unnoticed, and these moments will remind you that life is not waiting to begin later, it is already happening now, and you are present for it in a way you were not before, and this presence will sharpen your awareness, helping you recognize when something aligns with your purpose and when it does not, and you will walk away from what feels wrong without guilt, because you finally trust your inner guidance, and this trust will protect your energy, your time, and your heart, and as you continue forward you will see that challenges still arise but they no longer define you, they refine you, and instead of asking why something is happening you will ask what it is teaching you, and this shift will turn obstacles into instruction and confusion into clarity, and you will realize that you are no longer reacting to life but creating with it, moving in harmony with what is meant for you, and this harmony brings a sense of ease that does not depend on circumstances, and even when uncertainty remains you will feel steady, because you know you are supported, and this knowing will give you courage to take steps you once avoided, to speak truth where you once stayed silent, and to trust yourself where you once doubted, and each of these choices will strengthen the path ahead, making it clearer, wider, and more aligned with who you truly are. And this is how your life begins to reflect your inner growth, not through sudden change but through consistent alignment, and this alignment will continue to guide you gently, steadily, and faithfully into what is next. And as you continue in this direction you will begin to notice that your inner voice grows calmer and clearer, no longer crowded by fear or doubt, and decisions that once felt heavy will start to feel natural, almost effortless, because wisdom is now rising from within you, and this wisdom will guide you even when the outer world feels uncertain, and you will no longer need constant reassurance, for confidence will quietly settle in your spirit, and you will sense when to move and when to wait without anxiety, and this balance will protect your peace, and people from your past may resurface or old patterns may attempt to return, but they will no longer pull you back, because you have already outgrown them, and what once tempted you will now feel empty, and what once frightened you will now feel small, and this is not because the world has changed, but because you have, and this change is steady and real, and it cannot be undone. And as days pass you will see small confirmations, a word spoken at the right time, help arriving unexpectedly, a burden lifting without explanation, and each sign will gently remind you that you are not walking alone, and even when you cannot trace every step ahead you will trust the path beneath you, because it is firm, and your heart will begin to rest, and rest will renew your strength, and strength will bring courage, and courage will open doors meant only for you, and you will realize that you are no longer chasing purpose, because purpose is meeting you where you are, and everything you are becoming is aligning with everything prepared for you. So stay grounded, stay sincere, and stay faithful to this inner knowing, because what is unfolding is greater than what you left behind, and the season you are entering will confirm that your growth was real, your choice was right, and your journey is now moving forward with clarity, favor, and quiet power. And as this quiet strength grows inside you, it begins to touch every area of your life in ways you may not immediately notice, because true change often works silently before it becomes visible, and you will find yourself responding differently to situations that once drained you, choosing calm where you once reacted, choosing wisdom where you once rushed, and choosing peace where you once fought. And this is not because you are forcing yourself to change, but because something within you has settled into alignment, and alignment brings clarity, and clarity brings confidence, and confidence brings forward motion, and with each step you take your path becomes clearer, and the weight you carried for so long begins to fall away naturally, not through struggle but through understanding, and you will realize that many of your past battles were not meant to be won by effort but released through growth, and now that growth is happening, and you will no longer feel the need to explain yourself to those who cannot understand your journey, because your spirit no longer depends on external approval, and this freedom will feel new at first, almost unfamiliar, but soon it will feel like home, and from this place you will begin to attract connections that feel safe, honest, and supportive, while unhealthy ties quietly lose their hold, and you will not have to force distance because distance will occur naturally through clarity. And this is how I protect you, by strengthening your inner vision so you can choose wisely without fear, and even when uncertainty arises you will not feel lost, because your foundation is firm, and you will sense guidance not as loud instruction but as gentle assurance, and this assurance will help you trust timing, trust redirection, and trust delays, knowing they are not denials but refinements, and you will begin to see that nothing in your life is random, not the lessons, not the pauses, not even the pain, because each moment has been shaping your capacity to receive what is coming. And what is coming requires the version of you that now exists, not the one you used to be, and this is why the past could not follow you here, and this is why you had to outgrow certain spaces, habits, and expectations, and even though it felt uncomfortable at times it was necessary, because comfort would have kept you small, but growth has made you ready, and readiness is what unlocks favor. And favor is not luck but alignment meeting opportunity, and you are now standing in that place, even if you do not yet see the full picture, and soon you will notice that things begin to line up without strain, answers come with less effort, and your inner world feels steady even when the outer world shifts, and this steadiness will become your strength, your anchor, and your sign that you are walking the right way, and from this place your life will begin to reflect the peace you carry inside. And others will notice, not because you announce it, but because calm has a presence, and confidence has a quiet sound, and truth does not need to shout to be known, and this is how you will move forward now, grounded, aware, and guided, with each step confirming that the change within you is real and lasting. And this silent growth continues to unfold even now, because what you began within yourself did not stop at that moment but keeps expanding, shaping your thoughts, your reactions, and your future steps, and you may not yet see all the results but the foundations are already set, for when a soul chooses truth over habit and courage over fear the path ahead cannot remain the same, and doors that once stayed closed begin to loosen, delays start to dissolve, and confusion gives way to calm direction, and you will notice that situations which once drained you no longer have power over your peace, conversations change, opportunities align, and clarity follows you more closely than before, because you are no longer moving from survival but from understanding, and this new way of being draws support you did not ask for and answers you did not chase, and even when challenges appear they will not shake you as they once did, because something solid has formed within you, a quiet authority, a grounded trust, a knowing that you are guided, and as you walk forward others may sense a difference without knowing why, for your presence now carries assurance, and this is how favor often arrives, gently, steadily, without noise, and you will look back and realize that what once felt like waiting was actually preparation, and what once felt like loss was making space, and what once felt like silence was guidance forming within you. So remain attentive, remain thankful, and Remain open, because I am still leading you step by step, strengthening you where you once doubted, restoring you where you once broke, and lifting you into a season where effort meets grace, and nothing you endured was wasted, nothing you released was in vain, and nothing ahead will be too much for you to carry, for you are walking in alignment now, and alignment brings ease, and ease brings fruit, and fruit brings joy. And joy confirms that you are exactly where you are meant to be, so trust this unfolding, honor the growth you cannot yet measure, and keep moving forward with a steady heart, because what is coming next will confirm everything I have spoken to you today. My beloved, do you ever feel a quiet pull inside, like something good is very close but not fully in your hands yet? And do you wonder if the peace you desire will truly settle into your daily life? Because I see you looking for signs and longing for certainty while the way ahead feels unclear, yet I see your hope and I see your open heart, and you were never meant to struggle to reach the goodness prepared for you. For I tell you now that my work for your good has already begun, and the small blessings you did not notice before are starting to appear, the unexpected help and the deep peace you want are nearer than you think. So before you move forward, stay here with me and seal this moment by speaking a simple truth that opens the path ahead. Say within yourself, I receive now and I trust your timing. Stay with these words until they settle, because a clear understanding of my presence in your life is waiting to be revealed, showing you how deeply you are loved, for everything you need flows to you from my endless supply. Peace is moving into your body, your relationships are being restored, and well-being is shaping your future, and very soon you will notice clear signs that I am near. You will see events guided in ways that leave no doubt of my care for you. You will receive moments of insight that fill you with gratitude. You will be given gifts that surround you with generosity, and you will walk with a calm strength that surprises those around you. So before this weekends, prepare yourself for what you cannot plan. Look inward for joyful thoughts. Notice favor you did not earn. Stay open to unexpected support, and find deep peace within, because I am about to show myself in your life in ways that will truly amaze you. So accept this truth now as your inner promise to the good prepared for you, and say amen to this season of favor. And if you feel moved, share this message with someone who seeks understanding, because your blessing grows when you bring light to another. And if you feel led to give, know this is not about an outward act but about opening wider paths of goodness in your own journey, for the principle of giving and receiving is now working in your favor, and what you help make possible for others I will make real for you. Your time to open up has come, your season of favor begins today, your waiting is over, your moment to receive is here, so move forward with confidence. Walk in your true path, accept your calling, know that you are chosen, blessed, and victorious, and I am with you and nothing can stand against you. This is your appointed moment, this is your time for clear vision, this is your season of deep favor, so accept it, trust it, and live fully in it, because your life is about to change and something extraordinary is drawing near to you, my chosen one. And if you are not walking the path I have shown you, or your inner self is not aligned with truth, or you remain only out of curiosity, then this message is not meant for you, for only those I have truly called should continue. Only those who feel the weight of their purpose and the quiet pull of their journey will understand what I am about to reveal. And if you are still here, then this message has reached you at the exact moment I intended, not early and not late, but perfectly timed, and what I now share can change how you see yourself, your path, and your place in the greater plan. Because this message carries rare understanding and explains why your awareness has grown clearer recently, and I speak directly to you now, for what you did not long ago caused a powerful movement in the unseen. I felt it and you must understand why. So first acknowledge this truth within and declare that you believe, letting this confirm the message is meant for you, because your choice sent a quiet wave through what cannot be seen, and understand this truth that few ever grasp. That reality does not respond to careless actions, and many live unaware of the deeper laws that guide the spirit, but you are different. Every step you take is seen, every choice you make creates a response, and recently you acted from a deep inner strength without realizing its full power. It was not loud or praised, but it was great at its core, because I watch your inner movement more than outward display, and something within you shifted and the unseen world noticed. And there was a moment when your sincere action caused even the flow of things to pause. Because while many choose comfort over purpose and doubt over faith, you acted against what was expected of you. You broke a pattern meant to hold you back, and that single act sent a strong echo beyond what you can see. And I was not surprised, because I know your true self, but those who observe your journey saw you rise in a way that disrupted what stood against you, and your courage, restraint, or refusal to return to old ways created a deep spiritual response, confirming that you have stepped into a higher version of yourself, one your past would barely recognize, and this mattered because what opposed you believed you were still weak in old places, expecting you to fall again. But when the moment came, you did not cling, retreat, chase, or give in to fear. Instead, you stood in your true strength, and this showed something rare, a chosen soul stepping into its place through understanding. And when this happens, everything around them must adjust, and your choice released old burdens, ended inner agreements, and invited true strength where weakness once lived, declaring without words that you are awake, aware, and no longer predictable. And the unseen responds to such understanding, because your quiet forward step carried more meaning than many spoken words, and this single decision reshaped part of your journey, showing you now act from clarity and not pain, and this strength comes from my presence within you. And because of this, the unseen made room for you, noting that you acted without needing approval, and three things were seen: that you closed a harmful path with calm strength, that you did not let emotion rule your calling, and that you stepped fully into who you were meant to be. And this is why the unseen reacted, because what you did was not small or ordinary, and now the higher realms adjust to match your growth. And the reason this step was not predicted is because you once carried old limits, but you have now moved in freedom, choosing wholeness without force or pressure, and you grew quietly without needing praise, letting go of what was never meant for you, and this silent growth changed everything.